Today we're going to talk about the real reason why your training progress has stalled. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Ryan Jernstrom, aka Jernstrong. Today on the whiteboard we're talking all about the law of accommodation. Now before we even get into that, it's important to understand that with training there are certain principles that have to be applied in order to continue to see progress. Nothing's random. Everything has to have a set structure and set principles in order to continue to make progress. One of those principles being the law of accommodation. Simply put, all this means is that the same thing time after time will eventually lose its training effect. It's the exact reason why you can't do the same program with the same sets, the same reps, the same exercises forever and make progress. Eventually, your body is going to stop responding to that stimulus because remember, exercises are a stimulus in order to get a certain adaptation or outcome. Your body is going to stop responding to it. So at that point, it's important to change up the exercises or change something up to avoid the law of accommodation. Now, for most people, the law of accommodation or hitting that plateau is going to happen anywhere from between 2 to 8 weeks. All of it's highly dependent on your training experience, your training age, the program that you're doing, a lot of other different factors on this. But the goal is to not hit that wall. So the goal is to figure out, okay, what can I do to continue to progress so that I don't hit that wall? There's two main things you can do. Okay, we're either going to rotate intensity or variation. So with intensity, that means progressing the exercise as you go. So for example, if you're doing a 5x5 bench press program, that's the reason you have to continually add a little bit of weight from week to week to go from there. Or let's say your bench press is completely stalling altogether. Doesn't matter the sets you do, the reps you do, the intensities you may do, it's probably time to change the variation of that movement. So number 2 right there. So that could be going from rather than a regular bench press, maybe now you're doing a floor press or a close grip bench press, pin press, any kind of variation like that is going to help strengthen up that weak point, but it's still the same movement pattern that you need to train. So still a bench press variation, it's just not the bench press itself. So let's close with a practical application of what avoiding the law of accommodation might look like in your training. So in this example, we're going to use a modified 5-3-1 type format. We're also going to be changing up the intensity and the variation in this program here to avoid the law of accommodation. So we have weeks 1 through 3, we have weeks 4 through 6, and then we have weeks 7 through 9. Weeks 1 through 3, we have the close grip bench press. We're going to work up to a top set of 5 on week 1, a top set of 3 on week 2, and then a top set of 1 on week 3. After that, the next week that it's time to bench press, what you're going to do is swap the close grip bench press for the floor press and run the same exact format. Week 4, top set of 5. Week 5, top set of 3. Week 6, top set of 1. From there, you're going to change back to your regular bench press. On week 7, we're hitting a top set of 5. Week 8, you're hitting a top set of 3. And then week 9, hitting a top set of 1, potentially a new PR. So running these different types of bench press variations in here just might help you work on your weak points on your bench press to actually finally push you through that plateau that you've been struggling with for so long. Sometimes all your body needs to do to continue to adapt is just have some kind of change in your program. If you keep doing the same thing time after time, I guarantee if you haven't hit it yet, you're gonna hit a wall or potentially even an injury. So avoiding the law of accommodation and cycling your exercises, different variations, different intensities, all that good stuff is going to really help you continue to make progress and hopefully reduce the likelihood of you developing an injury in your training. Remember, we're no longer working out, we're training. The difference between that, training has a clear goal, a clear path to get a desired outcome. Working out is randomized exercise, going in the gym, doing whatever it is that you want to do. There's no clear goal, there's no clear outcome. This is why you're hitting a wall. Guys, if you found this video helpful, please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for the next episode.